Hi, I'm Cindy Bertram, and thanks for joining me today on Good Ship Happens. The reason I'm wearing glasses, of course, is because the rule is glasses make you look smarter, right? No, joke. What happened was I had a bad cold last week. It kind of affected my eye, but it's better. So I'll be able to wear my contact lenses probably tomorrow, but let's get the show filmed today. That's good too. So, yes, because good ship happens, right? And anyway, a lot of exciting things going on in the cruise industry. Oh, geez, it's been such an amazing week. I get so excited, right? Because good ship happens, right? Well, one thing that came up, I just got it today. Okay, Embassy Cruises, which is actually part of the Embassy Group, it's family owned, and years ago, with the family, they started their MSC container shipping company years and years and years ago, hundreds of years ago. It was a very successful container shipping company. They still have it today, of course, too. They got into the cruise industry with MSC Cruises, and then what they've done too is they launched their luxury cruise line about 2 years ago, Explorer Journeys, and she's now sailing two ships. Their Explorer 3 is coming out, I think, later this year, I think, maybe, but also I've written about it, looks fantastic, okay? It's bringing the ocean life to sea, and also they've got the MSC Foundation, which they do a lot of nonprofit work, which is great too, because with MSC Foundation, it's really focusing on sustaining the oceans too, which is great too. I'll share more about that later on too, but they've got a new ship coming out this year in April, and yes, I'm going to be on the christening naming ceremony. Okay, it's the World America. She'll be sailing on a christening naming ceremony cruise on April 9th for 3 nights, which is great. I'm so excited to be on board. I don't know who's going to be the godmother. Okay, I'll share more later when I find out more. But also, they just made an announcement because they've got their newest world-class ship, the MSC World Asia, is going to be sailing on the Western Mediterranean on December 11th, 2026. And it's the third of the World Class Series, okay, and she's going to be offering, their global reach too, which is great. So the ship's going to be called their World um, Asia, okay, and she's going to start sailing the Western Mediterranean, of course, in December 2026, so a little over a year away. That's good too. And but they just announced this today, and it's going to be named after one of the continents too, which is once again it goes back to what MSC Cruises do, because they really are coming out globally too, which is great too, offering different options too. So that's going to be their next ship after the World America course, by the Embassy World Asia. And as far as more details about her, because I just got information today, I was really excited about it too. She's going to, I guess, with the are cruising for more than with 40 different bars. They've got lounges and restaurants, of course, along the international cuisine too, and I think she'll be sailing as far as destinations through the winter of 2026 through 2027 season. She's going to actually sail on 7 night sailings, different destinations in the Western Mediterranean, Barcelona, Spain, Marseille, which is in France, Geneva, and then Civitavecchia, Rome, and also Messina in Italy, also Valentia in Malta. And then for summer season, the World Asia is going to be sailing on 7 night itineraries, serving Barcelona, Marseille, and also Naples, and Messina, and then Letta. Okay, and like I said, she's going to be the latest of their newest ships that's going to be powered by liquefied natural gas, flying their world Europe Europa, okay, and of course the new MSC World America, which is coming out, of course, April, and with the World America coming out in April this year, she's going to be sailing out of their new MSC Cruise Miami terminal, okay, which is really, really, really exciting to see too. I can't wait to see the terminal because it's their newest terminal, and it's good to be able to see the terminal too, which is great too, in Port Miami, great. So just wanted to share that with you too. She'll be having, of course, the MSC Yacht Club, which is their ship within a ship concept. I had a chance to see on the MSC Yacht Club with the MSC Divina back in 2014. It was amazing. It was really like dying going to cruise heaven, okay? Seriously. Because they had butlers assigned to every stateroom, balcony staterooms, of course, really suites. Also, we had our own private pool area, private restaurant, our one sail lounge, etc. And what they did was on their newer ships, they've added the Embassy Yacht Club. They've expanded it. Now the restaurant, of course, it's just for embassy guests, is inside that area too. Plus, you still have your own private pool area, pools, everything. It's amazing. Plus, you still have access to the rest of the ship too, which is great too. So it's just really great too. And of course, with the Embassy Yacht Club on board the World Asia, she'll have 144 luxury suites too. And then, of course, they've got their wellness escape too, other things, different entertainment, of course. I'll share more about that too when I find out more about that too. But it's really kind of fun to see about that too, because once again, they do a good job. They really do. And sometimes they're a bit of a hidden gem because you hear about cruise lines and you know which ones are around, been around for a long time. Of course, Carnival just celebrated their, has to be their 54th year, I think. Okay, in business, which is great. They serve with one ship and grown. Royal Caribbean same way too, but also with Embassy Cruises, they're still not maybe as well known, but they do offer ship sailing out of the U.S. now, which is great. Also, they have ships that sail out of the Mediterranean, which is great too. And then with the Explorer Journeys, they offer luxury cruise experiences too in different places. So keep it in mind too. I think it's really kind of fun to share new ships coming out too. And this was just actually announced today, which is great. So it's good to kind of start with a good story, right? Yes, because once again, good ship happens, right? And then a bit more about the World America, which I'm going to be on board her christening, naming ceremony. That's going to be on April 9th, okay? And what they're doing is they just announced some things as far as some entertainment, okay? This just came out too this week. They're going to actually debut something really kind of fun as far as on board their World America. They're going to be doing Dirty Dancing in concert, okay? It's going to debut on their MSC World America. They just announced it, which is great too, because I love Dirty Dancing. I love the music, was great too, but they've got this new concert going to be doing too. And once again, just kind of fun. They just announced it, so hopefully I get a chance to see that when I'm on the christening cruise too, which is great too. But the ship's going to have different kinds of entertainment, of course, too, around the clock. Also music, activities, and more, of course. And it really is their evolution to the world-class platform too. And they've got different venues, of course, and concepts, and it's kind of fun. They're really ideal to the U.S. market because, once again, they are family-owned, okay, over in Switzerland, Italian family, but they're really fantastic, too. So, once again, offering different kinds of diverse entertainment at every level is great, too. And they're going to be offering their Dirty Dancing in concert at their World Theater and the Queen I think it's Symphonic in their Panoramic Lounge, okay? And it's going to get good, too. They'll have their dueling pianos, which is great, too. I've seen that before, too. And then Onboard Entertainment is going to really kind of have diverse things, too. As far as World America, she's going to be offering 7-night Caribbean cruises. And once again, it's just that'll be allowing people to enjoy their Dirty Dancing in concert, okay? And once again, it's going to be a 60-minute live-to-film concert, which is great, too. Have a live band, which is great. And then also singers can actually belt out different classic songs, too. And like I said, guests can really enjoy seeing this first on their World America coming out, too. And as far as our theatrical productions, of course, the World Theater is on board the World America. And they've got, of course, the entertainment is going to be the new Dirty Dancing in concert. They've got the new Odyssey, which is a captivating acrobatic set. And also they've got their new Momentous, and this is going to be the largest illusion shows, of course. Also, they've got their new Hall of Fame, and then also got their Panoramic Lounge. And this is, it features different types of things, too. They mentioned also they've got their new Queen Symphonic. Also, they've got their Street Theater, okay? And throughout the sailing, guests on board can actually enjoy different types of surprise entertainment things, too. And then they've got their Luna Park, okay? And this is really their ultimate entertainment hub. And it really has like a go-to venue for dynamic Program events, of course, with different activities. Okay, on the clock, daytime activities too, and evening itineraries too. So that's great too. But it's kind of fun to think about being able to see Dirty Dancing in concert on board a cruise ship. Okay, and so that's coming out on the World America, which is going to be coming out and being christened, of course, this April 9th. That should be sailing on a 3-night cruise. And the cruise will include a stop at their Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve, which is their private island in the Bahamas. It is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, they can share this before. What they did was the Ponte family decided to negotiate a deal with the Bahamian government to lease this island, okay? And this island had been abandoned by a manufacturing plant. And what they did was they actually negotiated a deal to lease this island for 100 years for $100 million, okay? But that island was actually a former manufacturing plant that the manufacturing plant left. The trees were dead. The sea life was dead. It was horrible. They had to tow away 1,600 tons of scrap metal. They invested over $400 million to that island to get it back up in shape. I mean, I've been there. It's great. So I can't wait to get back there too, which is great too. It's really fun too. So, but the cruise is going to be sailing there too, and that's where their ships do go to when they're sailing in the Caribbean too. So keep in mind, because once again, it's MSC Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. It's beautiful. And the thing is, they got the ships dock right there, which is great. They've got different entertainment on the island. They've got different restaurants for you to dine at, different places to shop, whatever. Plus, also, I'll be sharing more about this later on too, is they've been working very hard as far as rebuilding marine life there too. So in the process of building a marine lab, okay, because once again, with the MSC Foundation, they've been doing special efforts to really rebuild the coral reef trees in that area too, which is great too. So they do really great things as far as really protecting the ocean, rebuilding the marine life, because once again, people don't realize it, but we've got so much stuff going in the oceans. The sea life is dying, and we've got to make sure we do different things to really bring it back to life too. So take a look at the MSC it's their MSC Foundation. And as mentioned, I was there after they opened the island. It was back on a christening cruise I did back in 2021, but it was great to see the island after writing about it. Also, I know they added more to it, so I will be sharing more of that after I get back from my christening and naming cruise on April 9th, which is great too. Something else kind of fun too is with, AMA Waterways. Okay, the River Cruise Line, they've run over 22 years, and they're a wonderful, great way to really see the rivers in different ways too. And what they're doing in a couple months too is they design build their own ships. Rudy Schreiner is the co-owner, and what he does too is he is an architect too. So he was the one that actually did an architect too. He's an architect too. Okay, he's known as the architect for cruise line industry too, which is great too. So, but he's an architect, which is great too. So anyway, he started the idea with starting AMA Waterways about 22, 23 years ago, and very successful. They really do a new thing as far as their ships, what they do too, because once again, river cruising is a great way to really explore Europe. Also, they go different areas too. They've got river cruises that sail on to Egypt, and one they're doing too, starting this, I think it's March maybe, or May, is they're offering their first ship. They have a second ship coming out too. It's going to be offering cruises in South America on the Magdalena rivers. I've written about it. I'm really excited because it's coming out pretty soon too, which is great too. But something else they announced too, which is good to share, is that they are launching a celebration of wellness river cruises too. And what's great too is with their river cruises, they're smaller, but once again, when you've got the architect of the river cruise industry, he knows how to build ships, whatever too. What they're doing is they just announced this week too that they're focusing on wellness with the launch of their celebration of wellness river cruises. Okay, and it's offering travelers a really transformation experience focused on physical health and mental well-being too. And they're these specially crafted itineraries that are going to let guests have the opportunity to explore Europe's iconic destinations through a wellness lens. And they're going to have a course for active travelers, including hiking, biking, guided runs, and the guests could actually also enhance with specially created menus, okay? Also, a series of daily wellness classes from expert wellness hosts, too. And this is called their Celebration of Wellness River Cruises. And they're going to be available 2 summer sailings in this year. The Melodies of the Danube, which is going to be August 2nd through the 9th, of course. And then Paris and Normandy, which is going to be August 9th through the 16th. And the fun thing is, Kristen Carnes, co-founder, co-owner, is a really advocate of healthy lifestyle too. So that's, I think, it came about too. And once again, they're going to be offering different comprehensive wellness experiences too, with their Celebration of Wellness cruises too. And there'll be enhanced tours and things. And I know they all have bikes, so people can actually ride bikes too, which is great too. And it really, I said the first Celebration of Wellness cruise is going to be placed in their popular 7-night Melodies of the Danube, which goes from Budapest to, I can't remember the city, but anyway, then it's designed for wellness things too, okay? And then also, like I said, they've got another, their second Celebration Wellness cruise to take place on a 7-night parts of Normandy itinerary, which is Paris to Paris. That's going to be April 9th to the 16th this year, okay? And highlights will include an invigorating bike ride, of course. To the Eiffel Tower, yes. And also they're going to have long walks along with the historic D-Day beaches. And some other things will be advanced excursions too, very active ones too. And of course they'll have wellness classes too. So just once again, it's a good way to kind of share different things that they're doing too. Plus, I'm really excited about them offering their first cruises this year on the Magdalena River in South America. Okay, their new ship is going to be doing this, I think, in May this year or March. I can't remember. And then the next ship will be coming out this summer too. So once again, they are been around for 23 years. Okay, and they really have just great, wonderful river cruise experiences too. This is a great way to really see Europe in different ways. Plus, of course, offering different itineraries in different places. With South America, they started it before, got delayed, but now they're going to be launching it this year, which is great too. So keep that in mind. And of course, I think these wellness cruises are really kind of fun to share with people too, because once again, cruise lines have so much to offer to cruise guests. They really do. It's really kind of fun. They do too. Something else I want to share too is we have a new cruise line starting. Okay, Victory Cruise Lines. Yes, they're going to be starting later on this year. And Victory Cruise Lines is actually founded by John Wagner and his wife. He had been founder of a different cruise line, but what happened was that cruise line went under after the parent company. But anyway, what they're doing is Victory Cruise Lines is going to be offering ships that sail on the 5 Great Lakes, of course, which is great from up from the U.S., like even starting from Chicago Navy Pier up to Canada, which is great too. And it's great what they're doing because they really are bringing a new experience as far as river cruising. And they have the Victory 1 and Victory 2, other 2 ships. And when these were run under a different cruise line that John was part of before, but he and his wife bought those 2 ships, okay? And I actually see the one ship, which is called the Victory 1 now, a couple years ago when she was first launching their first river cruise, Great Lakes itineraries too. But they just made a really fun announcement, okay? What they're doing is you can actually, guests who book on board can actually win a 1965 Ford Mustang on one or two Harley Davidson Sportstar models by sailing with Victory Cruise Lines, okay? They just announced it this week. It's really kind of fun, okay? And from the more of course, Detroit's Motor Assembly, from Milwaukee's Iron Horses, of course, too, that they decided to really celebrate this innovation spirit that built America by giving guests a chance to win a mint 1965 Cherry Red Mustang, which is at a $40,000 value, or one of 2 Harley Davidson Sports S bikes, which are each bike cost at least $25,000. So guests traveling on Victory Cruise Lines during their inaugural season, which starts this May, of course, can be entered for a chance to win the giveaway jackpot. Okay, and this offer applies to 3 10-night voyages exploring all the 5 U.S. Great Lakes, and with the winner being announced during each cruise too. So winners can actually claim their Mustang during the special Detroit event, or the motorcycle at the world's only Harley Davidson Museum in Milwaukee too. And of course, the all-inclusive fares include for each departure, May 5th, May 14th, 23rd, start at just $4,999, which is great too. And they do, with their inaugural May voyages too, they're doing some great surprises, of course. They've got their Motor City Magic, win a 1965 Mustang, May 5th, 2025, on the 10-night cruise from Chicago, sailing from Navy Pier, which I know, to Toronto, including hotel. Then they've got their Milwaukee Thunder, win a Harley Davidson, May 14th, 2025. This is a 10-night cruise from Toronto to Milwaukee, including hotel. And then on their Iron Horse Journey, which is coming up May 23rd this year, they can win a Harley Davidson, Milwaukee to Toronto on a 10-night cruise, which includes hotel. And the fun thing that came up too when they made this big announcement, John Wagner, who is the founder, posted something, okay, really, really cute, okay. He said this week when they made the announcement about the winners, people can actually win a Harley Davidson, whatever, but he mentioned book one of these free cruises, river cruises, in May 2025, and win my 1965 Cherry Red Ford Mustang. And he mentions his wife's name, Claudette. Why did you let them talk me into this? Okay. Or one of the 2 new Harley Davidson Sportster S models too. And, you know, he mentioned that he's been long enamored with the American engineering and vehicle craftsmanship, and the Great Lakes are just a great way of part of what they have with the automotive industry too. So once again, Victory Cruise Lines, their 2025 American Wheels giveaway creates excitement with these upcoming sailings, okay, paying homage to great brands, you know, like I said, with Milwaukee's House of Harley Davidson and Detroit's Ford Motor Company too. So once again, it's a great announcement. I think it's really exciting too. And once again, the ship's going to be sailing out this spring, in May. And also, hopefully I'll get a chance to see one of the Victory Cruise Line ships too, because they will be sailing from Navy Pier in Chicago, but going to Great Lakes too. But they're a great company. I'm so excited because they're doing some wonderful things too. And I had a chance to see their Victory 1 when she's under a different name. It's a beautiful ship, very small, very intimate, and beautiful. And what they do too is they provide a pre-cruise night hotel stay too, which is great too. So it makes more sense because once again, sometimes you don't want to race off and just try to play out the same day you're taking the cruise. Because once again, if flights get delayed, you know, you could miss a ship. You don't want to do that, okay? That is really important too, okay? So we need to kind of think about that too. It's best to fly a day before you can. It makes more sense too, okay? And then something else that's kind of fun too is, besides, of course, the new ship coming out with MSC Cruises, World America, of course. What's good too is with Norwegian Cruise Line, Norwegian Corporation, what they did was they had their own private outline for years and years and years. In fact, when I took my first cruise, I went there. It was a 3-night cruise, Bahamas and their private island, Great Stirrup Cay, and I really fell in love with cruising too, okay? And I've been to the island since then a couple times, different cruisings and cruise ships too. What they do though is they have to actually anchor off and you have to actually tender in, okay? And they've expanded more to the island. It's really, really beautiful. I was there a couple years ago. But the thing is, what they've done now too is they're finally building a dock, okay? So ships will actually be able to dock there, which is great. And I know they just announced more as far as this new project. It's actually $150 million project, okay? But it's really, really great because they actually broke the construction for their new pier. That'll be at the private island, Great Stirrup Cay. It's gorgeous too. and they just did that too. But once again, their ship sailor is gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. If you had more too. But they just did the cutting ground on that. They did the ground cutting on that too, and also they got their new ship coming out too later on, after in April too. So once again, that's another beautiful new ship coming out this year, which is great too. So once again, we've got a lot of good new ships coming out, which is really fun too. The Norwegian Aqua is a ship coming out this year too. Okay, and the Norwegian Aqua is coming out in April too, I believe, and I know she's going to be sailing from Southampton, United Kingdom, over. But once again, with the Norwegian Aqua, she's another one of their Prima class ships. Okay, and it's a little bit larger than their predecessors. Okay, but once again, they've got their first ever hybrid roller coaster and water slide, which is called the Aqua Slide Coaster. Also, it's going to have a new digital sports complex with interactive LED floor, named the Glow Court, yeah. And they've got their Ocean Boulevard outdoor. Also, she'll be sailing, I think, like I said, in March, but that'll be a transatlantic sailing from Southampton, United Kingdom, too. And it's really good, too, because once again, with the Aqua, she really represents, they're putting together what really represents the future of their brand, which is great, too. And then I think she'll be actually debuting sailings, of course, when she arrives in the U.S. in March, then sailing and being christened, I think, in the middle of April, too, which is great, too. So that's really exciting, too, because once again, new ships all excite me, too, and they're built in different ways, too. Some other ships I think I mentioned before were the Star of the Seas, which is coming up later on this year. And it's a second class with their Icon class ships, too, which actually debuted last year. And with the Star of the Seas, she will be coming out in August this year. And she's going to be sailing 7-night cruises from Port Canaveral, okay? And what's good, too, is she'll also have the largest water park at sea. And once again, she's got more than 40 dining venues, bars, ice skating rink, and more, too, which is great, too. And one thing, again, too, it's kind of fun, too, is I'll have to find a video sometime, too. But once again, with the Icon of the Seas, they decided to add a new officer on board their ship. Okay? It's a very unique type thing for an officer, because on Icon of the Seas, they have their chief dog officer. Yes. She's a golden retriever, and she is in the bridge with the captain at times. Her name is Rover. Okay. She's not driving the ship or their paws, but she's there to create happiness and fun for people, too. So it's really cute because I had a chance to write about her when Icon came out last year. Got her picture, really cute. But I had been talking to Michael Bailey at a conference last year in April, and he mentioned to me that with the Star of the Seas, she's also going to have their other chief dog officer, and her name's going to be called Sailor. So once again, with Star of the Seas, if you like dogs, you can actually sail on Star of the Seas and perhaps meet Sailor, their other chief dog officer, which is great, too. So kind of fun, too. Okay. It's just kind of fun that cruise lines do that too. Once again, they're there to kind of create happiness and smiles for people too. Some other new ships, of course, I mentioned before. Star of the Seas is one coming out this year. Another is the Disney Adventure, and that's going to be coming out end of this year, 2025, and she'll be having her inaugural sailing from Singapore, and she's going to feature a different type of first for Disney Cruise Line. And they'll have new Disney attractions that appear on the upper decks. Like I said, an Adventure Zone. This includes the largest roller coaster at sea. They've got their Iron Cycle test run. They got their Toy Story place. That's going to be at the new water play area designated for families with young children. Also, they got their, let's see here, can't remember what it's called, but anyway, it's going to be different types of shows, dining venues, of course, and updated accommodations, and they're going to be mentioning more about that too. That's going to be coming out end of this year too, the Disney Adventure. And another one, of course, I mentioned before too, was actually with the Norwegian Norwegian Aqua coming out this year too. And of course, too, we've got, of course, the MSC World America, and that's their second class ship of their world class series too. So once again, she'll have 7 different districts, which is great, including their MSC Yacht Club. Also, they've got their Family Aventura, the Aqua Deck, Zen Area, and also the Galleria, the Terrace, and offer different types of dining and entertainment venues too. Also, different types of cabins available too for guests. And of course, something they're doing on the ship too is they're going to have new venues too, including the Italy, okay, which is great too. That's a restaurant they have on board the ship. It's very famous too. And the Italy restaurant at sea is the first one. They got a brand new Greek restaurant, Pazos. And of course, they've got their MSC Cruises comedy club, okay, and there's a lot of space and experience with different people too. So that's really kind of fun, and I really am getting excited about seeing the ship when she comes out too, which is great too. So that's really good too. So once again, a lot of good things too. And something else that just kind of came up, we've got new ships coming out. Cardinal's adding more things too, and they're right now in the process of working on their Celebration Key. That is their private out island, and that should be opening up in, I think, this summer, okay? It's called Celebration Key. It's a private outline experience for Carnival Cruise Line's guests. They're in the process of building it. It looks really, really great, and I do want to write about that too, because once again, it just offers different choices for people to experience, because once again, when it comes to private out islands, Norwegian Cruise Line was the first one to really kind of create that years and years ago with their Great Stirrup Key. But over the years, cruise lines have added their own private outlets, which is great too. And of course, we've got ones that Royal Caribbean has, of course, and with MSC Cruises, they've got their Ocean Cape MSC Marine Reserve. Also, with Royal Caribbean, they got their Perfect Day Coco Cay, okay, which is great. But like I said, Celebration Key is one I'm really looking forward to too. Want to write about it. In the process of building it right now, and it'll be opening up, I think, this summer for their cruises to go to too, as part of their ship destinations too, which is great too. And they got different areas too, which I think is really fun. So definitely keep in mind about that too. I'll be writing about that too and share more of that too. So it's fun too. But like I said, there's so many good things going on in the cruise industry, because once again, I know that with American Cruise Lines, they're adding new ships too. I think they have 2 ships in Alaska now, and they're also U.S. River Cruise Line focused, which is great too. Been around for a long time, and they're going to be offering 2 ships in Alaska, which is great. Of course, what's great too is with the cruise industry, we're seeing more opportunities to sail out of different places too. Good examples, of course, would be Galveston. I know that Carnival Cruise Lines have actually added more ships as they're sailing there too, which is great. Also, we've got Port Canaveral. A good example is with MSC Cruises. And, of course, we've got Port Canaveral, which is outside of Orlando. It's great. And it's really a growing area as far as cruise ships to sail from there too. Plus, another option too is New York. Traditionally, New York was actually more of a cruise destination for people to sail if they want to go to Bermuda. I had a chance to do it myself. It was great because I flew into New York City and we sailed out, and Bermuda is a beautiful island, and they actually have real pink sand beaches. Yes, they're pink sand beaches, yes, but it's great to go there. Plus, it's a great opportunity to really see different places too. What's great about Bermuda is it's in the ocean, it's kind of separated, but what's good too is, what I loved about it too is you could actually, the ship's docked right there, and you could take different shore excursions too. But what's good too is, I thought make more sense too, is they didn't allow people that visited the island to rent cars, okay? I mean, I've done that myself too. One time, I did a long time ago with my husband, we decided to rent a car in Barbados. We made it through, but once again, the reason we did it was because I thought we could see different places. Plus, I told my husband, okay, they did it on Love Boat. We can do it. Well, anyway, it was kind of funny because we kind of got twisted around trying to get back to the, we picked up the car rental. They had a roundabout then too. But once again, what's great too is Bermuda. It's a beautiful island, different places to see in the island, different places to see, and once again, they don't let visitors rent cars. They got so many options as far as seeing different places too, with tours and things too. It's a beautiful island and a great place to visit too. And once again, with Bermuda Cruises, they do sail out of New York City, which is great too. Also, we see more cruise lines sail out of New York to the Caribbean too. Um, when Embassy Cruises ships decided to do that, I was invited to see the ship too, the Meraviglia, when she was sailing from Europe to the U.S. to start her New York cruises. That was, I think, 2022 maybe. It was great to kind of see that ship too, which is great too. So once again, I think that was really a fun thing to see things too. Because once again, as far as ports where you sail from, keep in mind, Port Miami was one where cruise lines actually started in the very, very beginning, years ago. Okay. And since then, of course, Port Everglades, which is in Fort Lauderdale, grew, also with Port Canaveral. And that was when there's a cruise line that actually became the official cruise line of Walt Disney World, Premier Cruise Lines. They sailed out of Port Canaveral. I got a chance to sail there too. It was great, a great, great, great port to sail out of. It was about an hour, a little bit east of Orlando. And also, like I said, now the cruise lines have actually offered, now they offer sailings out of Tampa, also with Galveston, Texas, San Juan, Puerto Rico, which is a great place to sail out of too. It's great. San Juan, Puerto Rico is just a great, great, great city. It's U.S. owned, of course, too. You got forts that have survived the hurricanes, etc. Of course, you can sail into California. Another option too would be when you do Alaskan cruises. Our Alaska cruise line season is going to be starting pretty soon. It sails usually from May to September, but you can sail out of not just Canada. You can actually sail out of Seattle too, which is great too. So you got options out there too, okay? But just options too. Once again, Alaska is a great place to go to too. And once again, as mentioned, American Cruise Lines is going to be sailing to their ships out of to Alaska this summer, which is great too. So I think that's kind of fun to share those kinds of stories too, because once again, we need that more than ever. Just good things too, just good things to share too. So once again, new ships coming out. Another one too is I know with Celebrity Cruises, they've got their new ship coming out later on this year. I think it's this year, I'm not sure, but anyway, it's going to be one of the Ed series is really, really beautiful too. So I'll be sharing about that too in the future too. Of course, with I know Silver Sea Cruises, they're going to be offering more ships too. But it's just going like crazy, which is great too. And once again too, it's just great to think of different options because once again, years ago, when you thought sailing on a cruise ship, it was just Caribbean, but now we've got so many choices, okay? And with river cruising, it's really taken off. In Europe, of course, too. But also, you can take river cruises, of course, from the U.S., within the U.S., too. And, of course, the two examples are Victory Cruise Line, which is starting up this spring in end of April, 1st of May, okay, with their two ships, Victory 1, Victory 2. Also, American Cruise Lines, which is a great, great, great company around for a long time. What they do is they're family owned and they have their own dockyard. They build their own ships too, which is great too. So they've got great, great, great stories too, which is great too. But it's just great to think about different options too. Of course, like it's mentioned too, with river cruising, over in Europe is a great way to really see Europe in a great way because once again, the river cruise line ship that you're on is actually your floating hotel. So once again, usually with the river cruise lines that sail, we've got several, of course, too, including on waterways. But what they do is they do offer options as far as including a complimentary fly the night before, free hotel. Once again, the ships are your floating hotels, and they can take you to different places too. And as their ships are smaller, of course, they go to really, really neat places too, which is great too. So once again, that's kind of fun thing too. And once again, another cruise line that is really getting more attention to is Azamara, and they got 4 ships, and I have a feeling off the record they might be looking at maybe eventually building a new ship too. We'll see. But once again, we've got great, great, great options out there as far as cruising too. But once again, Celebrity Cruises is a great cruise line, and they're owned by the Royal Caribbean International Group, which is great. And their ships are gorgeous. I had a chance to sail on Celebrity Cruises' first ship, their first new ship years and years ago, but it's great. And since then, I had a chance to be on the Celebrity Ascent pre-christening cruise in 2023. It was a beautiful ship, and that's only has the two co-captains that are brothers, which we've talked about before too. And they've got new ships coming out too, which is great too. And something else is before they had done, real quick too, before Celebrity Cruises actually had done some cruises to the Galapagos Islands. They had two smaller ships that offered cruises to Galapagos Islands. It's a beautiful place to go to. When I worked as a travel advisor myself before, I actually had some clients that I booked. They didn't do Celebrity Cruises, they didn't have the cruise line, but once again, the Galapagos Islands are just a beautiful place to go. You have to sail on small ships and fly before, etc. But it's a great place to go to too. And Celebrity Cruises had a couple ships that were sailing to the Galapagos Islands. It was a great place to go to. What they do is they sold those ships off, okay? But in the meantime, they've got new ships coming out themselves too with Celebrity Cruises, okay? And it's their Edge Class series of ships, what they call them, their Edge Class. That's when they really renovated things. That's when they've got that really beautiful place. But I got a chance, like I said, the Celebrity Ascent was gorgeous to see too, because they really added more venues to it too, and changed the even like the main areas too, which is great. Okay, but it's just a great cruise line too to think about too, and they go different places too. Right, and once again too is they got their, like I said, their Celebrity Ascent was a new ship. Okay, and that debuted in 2023. Okay, like I said, it was gorgeous to see that ship and be on board for their pre-christening cruise. It was great. And they've got, like I said, they've got new ships coming out too. Okay, and let's see here. Like I said, the Celebrity Ascent was a new ship, came out 2023. Gorgeous ship, I just loved it too. Once again, as far as new ships coming out, oh, that's right, another one coming out too. I'm really excited about too. Celebrity Xcel, okay? That's going to be making her debut this November, this year, 2025. And that will be from her inaugural season with 7-night itineraries from Fort Lauderdale. And she'll offer itineraries to Bahamas, Mexico, and the Cayman Islands, also the Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, and St. Martin. So she's going to start her season this November, Celebrity Xcel, and that's actually XCEL, Celebrity Xcel. That's great too. Great news. And but like I said, it's just beautiful what they've done too. And like I said, that's a new one coming out too, Celebrity Xcel, which is great too. And I know they got more ships that are going to be built too. But one thing they just announced, which is really, really fun, I want to end with this, okay? But what Celebrity Cruises is doing is they just announced this. They have revealed plans to launch a river cruising division, okay? And it's going to be a premium river cruise product beginning to sail in Europe in 2027, okay? It's going to be called Celebrity River Cruises. And what they've done is, this is really exciting news too, it just came up, of course. What they did was they announced that they've already signed an order to build 10 river ships. Yes, that will take inspiration from its Edge Class series of ships, Ocean Cruises ships too. And it's just another way to really kind of add more to what Celebrity Cruises offers as far as value. It's gorgeous too, and it's really kind of fun that they're offering to do a river cruise experience, you know, with Celebrity. It's great too. And I'm really excited about what they're doing with this because they just announced it. And like I said, river cruising is fantastic. I have a desire to do river cruising myself too, but I'm really excited about this because, you know, once again, Celebrity is more of a luxury type, really great cruise line too under the Royal Caribbean family. But once again, it's just an example of what they mentioned. Celebrity River Cruises is an example of their commitment to develop that really greater share for people that want to do more of the global vacation market too. And once again, Jason Liberty, who's the chairman, mentioned that half of the group's guests experience or plan to maybe take a river cruise. So once again, this really kind of finds a way to really leverage their loyalty program across their brands, which is great too. And once again, they want to, their goal, of course, too, is to keep their guests within that system of vacation experiences within their three brands, which of course includes Royal Caribbean International, Celebrity Cruises, and of course they've got their other cruise brand. Okay, and but what's great too is they just announced this, and they plan to, like I said, they plan to have these new ships. They just ordered them, but as far as their new Celebrity River Cruises, they mentioned each ship will carry about 180 passengers. That's it, which is great too. They're going to actually allow kids to sail too, which is great. And like their Celebrity brand, the River Cruise product won't be all inclusive, but once again, great experiences too. Because once again, it will be offering a new era of I think luxury areas too, as far as river cruising. And I love what Royal Caribbean has done by announcing this too, because Royal Caribbean is a parent company, Royal Caribbean Group. Like they just announced this week, and this is going to be taking place, of course, with the product sailing in Europe in 2027. So that's just in 2 years, right? I think it's great news, and I want to share that too because it's really exciting. It's so great to hear this kind of news too, isn't it? I mean, you don't think about river cruising once again too. It really kind of fits a need because I think more than ever, what people need to understand too is cruising has changed a lot. Okay, we've got big ships, smaller ships, luxury cruise line ships. You've got options as far as where you want to go. Expedition brands too, which is great. I'll share more about that maybe in a future episode. But once again, too, is I think the big thing that came up too is after we went through the pandemic, I think when people had to actually cocoon, work from home, people went through a system where they kind of felt a new need. Okay, it wasn't just going out spending money. I think they really realized it was time to really kind of go back to having experiences of a lifetime, share it with family members too. And like I said, it's really exciting to hear about Celebrity Cruises revealing their plans to launch their river cruising too. So it's going to be called Celebrity River Cruises. And as mentioned, they've signed initial order to order 10 ships, river ships. And once again, really is great too, because once again, small passengers, which is great, and they'll be showing about itineraries too. I'm sure river will be one, of course, in Europe, of course, too. And as I learn more, I'll show you about that too. But it's just so exciting to hear about this too. So I think this is great news too, because cruise lines are growing like crazy, which is great too. And I think that's just good news too. So yeah, because once again, we've got a lot of river cruise lines out there, which are great. Okay, I mentioned Waterways, and that was Avalon Scenic Group, which is another great company. Smaller ships too. And then once again, you've got options as far as expedition trips, expedition type cruises too, which I'll share more about in a future episode too, which is great too. And it's just exciting, the news that's coming up too, because once again, I think we're seeing different things being filled as far as what people's needs or wants are too. Okay, yeah, it's just so fun to share what's really going on too as far as the cruise industry too, because the growth is continuing on. In fact, they talk about having a wave season. That's a time when people start booking cruises like crazy, which is good. But they've mentioned that right now wave season is really off the market, which is great too. It's really great too. And I think just it's good because once again, I think as mentioned, people want to have experiences, and once again, it kind of goes back to what you want. Another good example I'm writing about right now is it's a cruise line called Transcend Cruises. Okay, what they do is they decided to offer right now they are using a ship that they charter from another cruise line, river cruise line ship, and Transcend Cruises. What they do is they offer ship charters. What's good too is the ship they've got right now. They're building a new ship right now too, coming out I think next year. But what's great too is with Transcend Cruises, the ship is 114 guests. So you can actually charter that ship. It sails over in Europe, the Rhine River, Danube River. What's great too is people would actually charter the ship for a couple of days if they want to and customize it, because once again, it's got different venues. And sometimes if people think about maybe chartering a ship, they think it's too big. Well, the thing is with Transcend Cruises, they launched in 2000, I think 22, 23. but they are growing, which is great. Plus, they are building a brand new ship, which is great. And once again, if you think about chartering a ship, maybe even, maybe for 40, 50 people, even for an onboard wedding, whatever, or for maybe a work type thing too. Once again, it's a great way to customize what you want too. Plus, once again, the Transcend cruise ship they've got right now is one that just accommodates 114 guests. And the new ship they're building right now, I think will accommodate maybe 120 guests, maybe at the most. But keep that in mind too, because once again, years ago when we thought about chartering a ship, it had to be, charter a ship might be 3,000 or 4,000 guests. In this case, Transcend Cruises offers a great different option too, which is great too. Okay. And like I said, I've been writing about them too, writing a new article about them too, but it's a great kind of thing done about that too, because once again, it's just another option that fits a need too, okay? Because there are a lot of good things going on in the industry too, as mentioned. And what I like too is just so many options out there too. People ask me, what's the best cruise line? Well, the point is there's so many options out there. It kind of depends on what you really want to do too, and where you want to go. How many people? I mean, what's good too is you can actually get married on cruise ships too now, which is great. Yes, before years ago you you could take a cruise, but you had to get married maybe in a U.S. port. Where now some cruise lines do offer to get married on a cruise ship. I've known people that have done that too, which is great too. So. It's great to kind of show this kind of information too, because we need it more than ever. It's just so much fun. Lots going on in the cruise industry more than ever too. It's just great stuff too, and I think it's really exciting when Celebrity Cruises just announced their plans to launch a premium river cruise product that's going to start sailing in Europe in 2027. And I do have a video I want to share it with you about it in a minute. Okay, but once again, it's really a great way to offer more of a river cruising experience too. Which they want to do with Silversea Cruises. That's their luxury cruise line brand too. But they want to start off with Celebrity Cruises. And I'll be sharing more details on it, okay, as far as the ships, etc. But they've got signed a contract to actually build 10 ships. And once again, they want to expand it with their other brands too, if they see it.
Hello, Captain's Club members. It's Laura Hodges-Bethke, President of Celebrity Cruises, and I have some big news to share with you. We know how much you love to travel to new places and experience the local culture and the authenticity of a destination. And since we've made it our mission to provide the best premium vacation in the world, it's only fitting that we expand the way you get to experience it. Today, I'm excited to announce that we're extending our brand to include river vacations. With Celebrity Cruises River, we're opening the world in an entirely new way to all of you. We will bring celebrities' elevated hospitality and unique itinerary offerings that you know and love to the great rivers of Europe, allowing us to deliver truly immersive, unforgettable experiences. Guests will get the keys to sail through the heart of Europe's cultural and historic cities, experience locally inspired cuisine and unique shore experiences the Celebrity way. We're reimagining the river experience with you, our guest, at the center of all of it. Our one-of-a-kind ships will not only offer breathtaking views from the comfort of your room, they will also be the industry's first ever transformative fleet of ships, with revolutionary open decks that will bring guests closer to the destination than ever before. Building on the success of the Edge series, you can expect elevated design and sophistication of our flagship ocean vessels to extend to our river experience. More information about Celebrity Cruises River, including destinations, fleet size, ship details, excursions, and more, will be announced in the coming months. Visit our website to learn more and to sign up for emails to receive information first. We showed the world how to ocean, and now we're ready to river. And we can't wait to do it alongside all of you.
That was a great video, wasn't it? So exciting to get the announcement. And also, Laura Hodges-Bethke is actually the president of Celebrity Cruises. Great person, I met her. But so excited that they're getting into the river cruise industry too. And as mentioned, they plan to start sailing in Europe 2027, and more announcements will be made in the future. And I'll keep you posted on that too, because once again, it's another option to think about too. Definitely. I think that's a great way to close out my show today, because once again, great example of good ship happens. And as mentioned, River cruising has really grown like crazy, been a very, very great way too, because once again, it's a way to experience the small places too. And of course, remember with the cruise ships too, of course, you're floating hotels. Of course, they're not hotels, but they're floating hotels. And I think that's really great that Surface is doing it. It's going to be called Celebrity River Cruises. And river cruising is really, really a hot button more than ever now. A great way to really experience different things to do too. So, yes. But thanks for joining me today, and as mentioned, it's just so exciting to share different things too. And this was just news that came up, of course, this week. Yes, they just announced it, which is great too. But once again, just great things are going out too with the cruise industry more than ever. Another good example of Good Ship Happens.
I'm Dr. Sylvia Earle, a marine biologist, oceanographer, explorer, and I'm passionate about the protection of this blue planet. I grew up next to the ocean in the Gulf of Mexico, and I've witnessed how much the ocean has changed and how marine life has been endangered. But I know there is still time to help the ocean, which is why I was drawn to the Aponte family's sustainability mission. Explorer Journeys has a genuine ambition to connect people with the wonders of the sea, its marine life, its communities, spiritually, physically, and intellectually. We share the same values and have the same objectives to deepen people's relationship with the ocean, to explore, protect, and restore. Explorer Journeys calls it the ocean state of mind, a sensibility that will ensure the protection of this precious blue planet. Through my foundation, Mission Blue, we're working on ocean conservation, inspiring hope with champions across the world. Beginning with my extraordinary role as godmother to Explorer One, we will be heralding a meaningful collaboration between myself, Mission Blue, and Explorer Journeys and the MSC Foundation towards preserving and restoring the world's oceans, the blue heart of the planet.
Hi, Richard. How you doing?
Ahoy, Jennifer. Lovely to see you. I'm so excited we're partnering on Virgin Voyages.
Yeah, I'm really excited too, but I was thinking that maybe before we announce it, that we should decide on my official title at Virgin Voyages.
Yes, and I already have a few options for you.
Okay.
What about something catchy like, don't be fooled by the ship that I got. I'm now Jenny from the dock.
Okay.
Dame Jennifer Lopez,
Isn't there like a paperwork and like a sword involved?
Supreme Goddess of Mermaids.
You know what? Let's just tackle the title thing later. I'm just excited to share our gorgeous ships with the whole world.
Okay, look, I'll brainstorm a little more and catch up soon on it. Mermaid in Manhattan?